A predator cub growled at the human in play. She growled back, but rolled. The forest of Vari's Prime. Vari's Prime's bioluminescent forest pulsed in the pale light of twin moons. Mist wove through towering ferns, carrying the scent of ammonia and damp earth. Every rustle suggested life, predator or prey, and every shadow held a secret. Cadet Lyra Chen, a human trained at the Interstellar Wildlife Academy, crouched in the undergrowth, scanning with sharp, attentive eyes. "This is it," she murmured into her comm cub sighted near the eastern glade. Proceeding. Comm response: "Do not engage. Observe only." Lyra smiled faintly. Humans rarely did exactly as told. 2. First encounter. A sudden rustle. Amber eyes locked on her from the ferns. The cub was smaller than a human child but radiated raw power. Its fur shimmered like quicksilver, rippling with muscle beneath. A low growl vibrated through the soil and Lyra's chest. Instinctively, she crouched, letting a growl escape her throat. The cub froze. Then it lunged. Lyra rolled sideways, narrowly avoiding sharp teeth. Her hands hit the moss, and she pushed herself up, eyes locked on the cub's glowing gaze. 3. The dance begins. The cub crouched again, tail twitching. Lyra mirrored its posture. They circled one another, crouch to crouch, roll to roll. The cub leapt. Lyra rolled under its strike, spinning to face it again. It was playing, not hunting. And she played back. She growled again, louder this time. The cub's ears twitched, head tilting in curiosity. This is more than observation, she thought. It's learning each other. 4. Understanding instinct. Lyra paused, letting the cub approach. Its nose brushed against her glove. "You're small but fierce," she whispered. "You'll be bigger soon." The cub growled softly in affirmation, then darted forward. Lyra rolled once, then twice, letting it pass, landing gracefully on her feet. She was not just surviving, she was adapting. Every movement was instinct, every roll a calculated decision. Humans thrive where others falter, she realized. We read patterns, anticipate danger, and respond. Testing boundaries. The cub nipped at her sleeve, not to harm, but to provoke. Lyra rolled again, narrowly avoiding its teeth, then crouched low, eyes gleaming. The cub leapt higher, claws slicing through the mist. Lyra rolled forward, letting its momentum sweep over her shoulder. She landed, crouched, and growled. The cub paused. Tail flicking, ears forward. Then it charged again. Their movements became a dance, predator and human testing each other's limits. 6. Mutual respect. After several minutes, Lyra stopped. The cub froze, eyes fixed on her. She extended a hand slowly. The cub sniffed. Nuzzled it. A low purr rumbled from its throat. "That's it," she whispered. "Trust goes both ways." They sat side by side, letting the alien forest embrace them in silence. The bond was unspoken, formed through play, challenge, and instinct. 7. The adult arrives. A tremor ran through the forest. Trees shook. The cub stiffened. Lyra's senses sharpened. A massive shadow emerged. The adult predator, towering and lethal, stepped into the glade. Its eyes locked on the cub and then on Lyra. Lyra froze. The comm crackled, warning her. "Do not engage." She ignored it. Humans survive by thinking differently, she reminded herself. Adapt, don't panic. 8. Strategy over strength. The adult predator roared. Lyra growled back, crouching low to appear larger. The cub crouched beside her. Together, they moved, rolling and dodging. Lyra mirrored the cub's instincts, reading the adult's movements. The predator lunged, claws slicing through the air. Lyra rolled, letting its momentum pass, landing in a crouch. The cub darted around it. They worked as one, human and cub, adapting, predicting, surviving. 9. Outmaneuvering death. For a tense minute, predator and prey danced. Lyra rolled, ducked, and countered instinctively. The cub leapt, spun, and barked, confusing the adult predator. Lyra growled again, loud and sharp, making herself seem bolder than she was. The adult hesitated, then gave a frustrated roar before retreating into the mist. The cub barked triumphantly, tail high, then nuzzled Lyra's side. Humans survive through wit, speed, and understanding, Lyra thought, panting. Not sheer strength. The bond solidifies. Lyra knelt, running her hands over the cub's fur. We make a good team, she said softly. The cub purred in response. Lyra smiled, realizing that play had forged respect stronger than fear. You're smart, she murmured. I see why you survived this long. The forest seemed to acknowledge their bond, parting slightly as they walked back to the research station. 11. Lessons learned. Back at the academy, Lyra recorded her observations. The cub's intelligence, adaptability, and curiosity were remarkable. Her instructors were astonished. A human had survived an encounter that would have killed a seasoned xenobiologist or at least left permanent injury. Lyra emphasized one lesson in her report. Humans survive by observing, predicting, and adapting. We play to understand. We move to live. The cub became a living case study in predator behavior, and the story of a human who could roll, growl, and survive spread across the academy. 12. The cub's future. Over time, the cub grew into a formidable predator. It retained the lessons learned from the human: timing, anticipation, and respect. Lyra visited often, forming a lasting bond. The predator never attacked her again, recognizing her as an equal in instinct and intelligence. Adaptability creates allies, not just survival, Lyra thought, watching it leap across the glowing undergrowth. 13. Epilogue. Years later, cadets across the galaxy whispered the tale. A predator cub growled at the human in play. She growled back, but rolled. It became a lesson in trust, observation, and the unique ability of humans to thrive where others falter. Humans did not dominate through power, they survived through wit, instinct, and a willingness to engage with the unknown. And the cub? Known as Silver Mist, it remained a legend, a predator trained by play, respect, and a human cadet who could growl, roll, and survive. The forest of Vares Prime stayed wild, but now it held a story of courage, partnership, and the unpredictable brilliance of humanity.